Season 5 is here. Unfortunately, Argyle will not be returning, which makes me really sad. But let's see what else this trailer holds, shall we? Cans on.
I think about that night all the time.
Oh my gosh, it's so weird having like watched everyone grow up.
For you.
Oh my gosh.
Tonight. All of this started.
All right.
Everything
Montage.
changed.
Billy. What about Barb? Eddie. What about Barb?
But we need to be ready.
Christmas. Oh, it's gonna be a whole event, baby. Very interesting. Okay. The final season. Well, that mostly felt like a clip show, but I feel like the release dates alone build a lot of hype because it's like we're gonna get part 1 in November, then we're gonna get part 2 at Christmas, and then the finale being on New Year's Eve is like, okay, so you're just like gonna take over New Year's Eve with Stranger Things. Like, we're all gonna be dressed up at our Stranger Things like watch parties with our friends or whatever. Like, that's gonna be the vibe, and I'm very here for that vibe. So I like them building hype just with those elements of it. I do wish we got to see a little bit more of what's coming, but I will say I do feel Will alone and just seeing a little bit of that is selling it for me. And I think at least, you know, we get a little bit of the Byers in it, so that is enough to make me intrigued. It has whetted my appetite for the return of the show, which I was already really excited for. I was just like, when is it gonna happen? Because I really thought it was gonna be this summer. So, you know, it being June 1st at the time of me recording this, we should have already been getting stuff about it at this point. So the fact that it's happening in winter makes sense why we're not getting anything now. And obviously they're going to kind of like eke out stuff as we probably lead up to it to build more hype and more intrigue about it. And we are like, it's such a weird Marvel thing to say at this time, but we are in the end game. At least that's what it feels like, right? It feels like this is worst case scenario situation, and now we're gonna have to see how do we deal with this kind of apocalyptic, or seemingly apocalyptic based on the end of the last season, scenario, and what will happen to all of our characters. I'm really intrigued to see what they're gonna do with Max after the end of the last season. I mean, she does show up in this trailer, but she's not doing much. She laying in the hospital bed, you know? So that's cool. I guess that, I mean, at least she's gonna be in it. I wasn't sure how much she'd be taken out of commission, but I'm just curious to see, yeah, where it all takes us and how we explain the absence of some characters, Argyle, and also, like, did we get a call back to Barb, or did we just gloss over poor Barb? We just glossed over her, I think. Yeah, it's like, remember, oh my gosh, everyone looks so freaking young in it. Yeah, it's like, remember Billy, remember Eddie, but what about Barb though? Justice for Barb. I still feel that way. I mean, also, I feel like we cut some characters out of like our remember all the people we lost, especially for the fact that we see some of Joyce in this. We actually get some of Joyce and some of Will. What about Bob? We didn't get to remember the loss of poor Bob. I miss him every day. Every time I come back to Stranger Things, I think about poor Bob. So, Bob gave his life so that we could live. Is that not true in Stranger Things? I think it is. So I'm curious to see. It does feel like they're kind of building up this season to be a goodbye to the whole show, to kind of look back on everywhere that we've been. And I love all of that. I think that actually is going to be really fun and heartbreaking and meaningful. So hopefully, you know, the remembering Billy and remembering Eddie, who I love both of them too, which obviously, you know, is more connected to like where we kind of just came from, more recent, and us flashing back to the earlier seasons of the show is all just to say that we're not going to forget anything, and that I think we're going to revisit a lot of it, which will be fun. The highs and the tragic lows. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. This one is in memory of Barb and Bob, my two favorite B-named characters in the show. I think I could say that. But also Eddie. Oh my goodness, I should have worn my Eddie. I have an Eddie dress and I didn't even wear it. Okay, well, stay tuned. The Eddie dress will appear in later Stranger Things content on the channel, so make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Check out my other reactions over here. Sometimes I do that. I'll see you next time, and until then, friends, stay nerdy.